you likely can see what are the basics of business buy sell. So very simple. For those who are not really sure, is that if me and Casey are in a Sindram Berhad business, we are not, right? We are not. But in case me and Casey in a partnership of Sindram Berhad business, so if something happened to me, I want to cash out from this business. Like they say, Casey going to buy my stake, right, in this business. So when he buy my stake, so he's going to give money, some lump sum of money to my family, and I'll release my stake in the business to him, so he could actually took control of this whole business and become, the decision makers. So that is the basic, right? And the reverse is also true, the arrangement. But this one case study that we encounter is the fact that what if one of them don't want to sell? How do I go about that, right? So in this example, in this case study, right, let's say in the left-hand side, Theo, they enter into a buy-sell arrangement. This is a case that I do. For example, Mr. Theo is on the left, he's quite old, okay? He likely will retire soon. James is quite young, okay? Theo is major shareholder, James is young and he's a minor shareholder. Now the thing is, in a normal buy-sell arrangement, okay, there's no problem because if you exit, you die, I buy your share and vice versa. But in this case, Theo does not want to sell his stake to James because his plan is to bring in his son into the business, right? So he don't want to sell his stake. So the conventional business buy sell will not work. And for James, of course, he wants to sell his stake because his children is still young. So it's impossible for his wife or children to take over his business. So he wants to sell to Theo and cash out in case anything happened to him. But Theo does not want to sell. Anything happened to him, his son is going to take over. So this essentially is a one direction buy sell arrangement. So how do we go about that, right? So for James' side, Theo will actually buy James' stake in this business arrangement. So of course, Theo will pay premium for insurance funding on James' life. When anything happen in the form of death or disability, then James will actually get a lump sum amount of money and give to James' wife, his wife, right? Where Theo will actually buy out James in this business. Sindram Berhad. So for Theo, how do I go about that? If anything happened to Theo today, James would not be able to buy Theo's business, right? But because Theo don't want to sell. But the other complication in this thing is that for Theo, he's a major shareholder, let's say 70%. So James does not have the money actually to buy out Theo, right? But even if he has the money, Theo also don't want to sell. So how we go about this, right? And the thing is, Theo, he has two sons already in the business, but they are not the decision maker. They are still in their early 20s. So anything happened to him today, he will not be able to pass on to his son yet, you see, because his son cannot make a mature decision yet because they just joined the business, they don't have the experience yet. But what if something happened to them today, to Theo today? So how do we go about that? And the thing is, if something happened to Theo today, if he passed the decision making to his both sons, and James would not be very how do we call that?
Happy.
The lack of the better word. Happy. Happy. Okay, good. Simple as that, right? It's very simple. James wouldn't be very happy, right?
Yeah.
Because James is the minor shareholder, but he knows everything about the business. Yes. But his son does not. Right? But if Theo were to pass on to his share to his son in case he dies today, his son will have the say in this business. But they don't know anything. Yet, they can't really run the business. Right? James knows how to run the business, but he's not the major shareholder, is it? So this would be a very imbalanced buy-sell arrangement. So to cut, and the solution to this is actually what we call as do a, Dios would have to do a private trust, because in that sense, the beneficial interest and the management appointment, decision making, it can be separated. Yes. So the shareholding is okay, because for most people, okay, for a lot of business owners that I talk to, they have no problem saying that my 60% stake, my children will enjoy their stake in businesses. But for me to give them the decision making power, that is the harder thing to do. So we need to separate that out.
At my website, you'll find online financial seminars, which is I call webinars. I do it regularly, and also a lot of online investment and financial courses, which is conducted solely online. So I'll be waiting for you at my website at KCLau.com. I wish you have a great day. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.